Welcome to Crypto College. All right, folks, this is the moment that we had been waiting for. We worked really hard, and the developers have finally given us the final indicators that we were working on for the past couple of months, basically to make things a lot more simpler and easier, and also to avoid, especially for the beginners, the charting. You know, with the support and resistance. So let me go back and show you where we were before. So you remember before we had three different indicators. One was the trend, one was the volume, one was the RSI, and we would take longs and short based on all three indicators meeting the criteria. But we did not have anything to do with support and resistance. We still had to go and draw those lines to understand where the support and resistance were and where the price was fighting at and all that stuff. So anyway, to make that easier, especially for newcomers, I'll be honest with you, when I started trading, I did not understand what support and resistance, were. Also, the 200 EMA, it took me a while. I would say probably 2-3 months before I fully comprehended what 200 EMA is, why is the price not going above that, why is the price not piercing right through and coming down. I didn't understand all that. It was a lot. And there were people that were really good at it, especially we have a guy, Jason in our team, he's the expert at charts. He's the expert at it. I wish, everyone could be as good as him, but, some people are just gifted. Anyway, so we wanted to make it really easy and simple so we don't have to go through all these charts and understand, the question that I have from you guys. We chart from the wick, we chart from the candle, we chart from the bottom, we chart from the bottom or the top, sideways, blah, blah, blah. We wanted to make it really simple where you would follow 2 or 3 steps and you would take your position and you have a better understanding of support and resistance, and those would be drawn up for you on the indicator. All right, so without further wait, let's go to the new indicators right here. So you will, when you search for the indicators, you're going to go and type in supply and demand by CC 101, Crypto College 101, support and resistance by CC 101, Crypto College 101. All right, so those are the 2 indicators. Let me, before I get into detail how it works, let me go in and show you the settings. Now, we have done default settings, but you will do a couple things which will make it a lot easier. Now, for example, your MA1, make it white. MA2, make it green, so it will look exactly like the way I have. MA1 length, make sure you change that to 100. MA2 length, 20. That is pretty much it on the on the moving averages. And then at the bottom, make sure you click override text color. Make sure you have that checked, right? Otherwise, if you don't, then you won't be able to see break and retest written on labels here. Okay, that is pretty much it. I use full size label type, full. It's written full. You can go change that if you want. You want simple, you can do that. But see, it just shows BR, break. But I like full. That doesn't bother me. Label size, I use small. You can go in there. You can use large if you wanted, but it would just be too much for the screen, so I go with the small. Okay, so that is pretty much it. And so make sure you have background color click. That pretty much shows you the trend. So it makes it really easy for us to see, if a green trend and red trend, instead of going and reading the trend lines, which is sometimes difficult to read. Okay, that's about it. Everything else is pretty much default. All right, so that's for the support and resistance. Let's go into the supply and demand. And we'll go into the settings, and you are going to, all right, so reversion threshold should show 100. Make sure it is 100. And these things are just standard, so you can just look at it. HLC 3, channel length 10, average length 21, signal length 4. Style. Now, make sure you check off this. You don't want this. It gets a little distracting. So you check this off. WT is good. You go on, make sure these two are checked, overbought and oversold. And the colors are the same, but just make sure you keep them same, green and red. Make it a lot easier. Color 1 and color 2. Now here's something that I want you to do is go on, make sure your midline is checked. Midline is this line in the middle here, right? We need that. And the second thing is the first level, which shows 150, make sure that is checked. You don't need to check these two. And then the fourth one, negative 150, make sure that is checked. It will just give you that dotted line, right? Okay, that's pretty much it. There's no other changes that you need to do. Click on OK, and there you go. Now, those were the settings. So I'm going to hide this so I can show you how these work. I wanted to keep this video maximum 10 minutes, but let's see how we do. All right, so we are RLC. Okay. All right, so I'm going to say a few things here. Now, cryptocurrency is very volatile. It would be good if you use maximum 5-minute time frame when you're using high leverage. But you can use 1 hour, 15 minutes, 4 hours if you're doing either no leverage or very low leverage, 5x, 10x at the max. Then you can use the larger time frames. But for example, I do a lot of scalping. I do between 1 and 5 minutes. I don't recommend 1 minute and 3 minutes for newbies. No, do not. You need a lot of experience. Shit goes sideways. Excuse my French. Things go sideways. You need to change that. You need to gain control of your position. All right. Okay, so 3 simple things you need to follow. Number 1, you need to make sure that you have, if you're doing long, you have here I'm going to mark it to make it easy, a green arrowhead right here. You see this? That is number 1. You need to have that. All right. So what's the second thing? Second thing is you have to wait for the price. You can't rush. You can't get in here. You have to wait for the price to cross the white line. All right. That's the second condition. So here, price crossed the white line and came down again, and then it went back up. Good. All right. The third thing, if you're doing a long, it should have a green background when you enter your position. So here, you could not enter because it was a red background, meaning it's a red trend. We don't go against a trend. Trend is a friend. We all heard those sayings. So we try to stick with a trend for maximum confirmation, maximum benefits. Why do I say that? In trading, we always talk about confirmations. Confirmations. Why? You know, we use confirmation even for little things like, for example, you've got a dentist appointment, doctor's appointment next week on Wednesday. Now, you have to travel 45 minutes or an hour or 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever to get to the appointment. You have to reschedule it. You have to reschedule something else that you're doing. So what do you need to do? You need to confirm that you have that appointment. You look into your text messages to make sure. You look into your email. You might call the doctor's office and say, hey, am I coming in 9 o'clock on Wednesday? Is that confirmed? Like, yes, it's confirmed. All right, confirmation, you head out, right? Similarly in trading, you need to understand there's so many things that could go wrong. Trading is very difficult. The odds are against you. They're stacked against you, right? So you need to have more confirmation to make sure you don't lose money. This is why we simplified this, but at the same time, we use confirmation. So right here, there is confirmation. We have this arrow, right? It's showing you that it's headed up. I'm trying to speak very simple without any, big mumbo jumbo so you get confused. No, I'm going to speak in very simple lingo. so everyone can understand. The arrow pointing up, meaning it's going to go up, right? You wait for it here for it to cross the white line, all right? And then you wait for a green trend. Now, the third thing is you need to wait for a break. The label's going to appear. What does it break? It breaks the right here. It breaks the resistance which was stopping it. See, we made it really easy. You don't have to draw anything. It shows you right here there's a line. It has to break that. It was trying before, didn't break it. It broke it, went up. But we don't enter right away. We want to make sure it retests. What is a retest? Retest is when price breaks a certain resistance, goes up, comes back down, and breaks it again. That's a confirmation. Right here, you see the retest. All right, let me just mark this. So we got the green trend, right? We got the break. We got the retest. Now you can enter your position. Now, again, you have to make sure that you are in green trend when you're entering. So right here is all green trend. And here, this is the profit. Now, I'm doing this on a very short time frame. I'm showing you in 1 minute. And on some coins, you can see that it's very, very, 1 minute stays for 10 minutes, 20 minutes to give you a lot more profit. But anyway, I'm just showing you that to make it simple and easy. All right, so that's a procedure for taking a long. Now, same thing applies for short. The three things, the confirmations have to be there. Now, we can go on for example, different time frame. You can switch that to 3. Now, you see here, you see an arrow, but it did not cross the white line. So you can't enter because it's still above the white line. Now here, it did cross, went down, it broke, but there was no retest. Although the price went up, you could have profited, but no. We don't recommend because you want to make sure that it does exactly what we say. This is just for more confirmation so you can be sure that you're not going to lose money. All right, so that's basically it. I wanted to show you a short position as well. All right, so we can try here. You see this right here? All right, so you wait for the price. Price goes down here. It breaks, goes up, doesn't go over the white line, breaks, and right here's a retest, right? And then you can, at any time, you can open your position here, and it stays below, keeps going below, and then it starts going up here. So you need to exit out of the trade right about here. Now, what are the signs? Some of my students were asking what are the signs for the exit. Well, this was probably not the best example because the price stayed for a very short time. But you can see the arrow showing here. So it's going to head up there, right? Didn't cross here, but then this one pushed it up. It crossed, and there's a green trend as well. So green trend comes on, that means it's going against you. If you're in a short, you're in a red trend, green trend comes on, you need to exit. You need to close that trade, okay? In the next video, I'll explain in a little bit more detail. But for now, we've already gone 13 minutes. So these are the two indicator, folks, and I told you how to use them. You have to use confirmations. You have to go through the 3 steps before you open your position. And for the beginners, try to stay on the longer time frame, the higher time frames, an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. You'll be able to benefit a lot more. You will use lower leverage to be safe, but your take profits will be much better, much safer, and it'll probably take a long time for it to take profit. Okay, that's all. And as always, safe trading.